Welcome back to Nugget Mafia, your one-stop place for inspirational and success tips to improve your life. Before we go further, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below so you don't miss any of our nuggets. Today on Nugget Mafia, we talk about Pablo Escobar, popularly known as the King of Cocaine, one of the most notorious criminals the world has ever known. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria was a Colombian drug lord and narcoterrorist. He is the founder and sole leader of the Medellin cartel. Escobar is the wealthiest criminal in history, having amassed an estimated net worth of $30 billion United States dollars by the time of his death, equivalent to $59 billion as of 2019, while his drug cartel monopolized the cocaine trade into the United States in the 1980s and 1990s. Besides his criminal ordeals, Pablo also had a family life as well. Are you shocked? Here's a bunch of other things you probably don't know about Pablo. Number 1. Pablo Escobar was the definition of stupid rich. At the height of his powers, Pablo's Medellin drug cartel was considered to be in control of 80% of the cocaine that was shipped to the US, and worth something in the region of $25 billion. Then, the cartel was smuggling around 15 tons of cocaine per day. In 1989, Forbes listed him as the 7th richest man in the world, with a personal worth of over $3 billion. Number 2. Rubber bands and rats. According to Pablo's accountant and brother Robert, such was the amount of cash held by the Medellin drug cartel. They were sending almost $2,500 per month on rubber bands to wrap it all. The fact that selling drugs is a cash-only business, hiding it all was especially difficult. His brother Roberto Escobar highlighted this. He said Pablo would write off 10% of the money because rats would eat it in storage, or else it would be damaged by water or even get lost. Number 3. He used to import hippos from Africa. When Pablo started making lots of money, he decided to build a zoo on his land, and he wanted to fill it with exotic animals, so he imported a few hippopotamus from Africa. When everything fell apart and his property was seized, the animals in the zoo were shared around zoos in Colombia, except for the hippos. They've been multiplying at a fast rate, and it's thought there are now over 70 roaming the marshy grounds where Escobar used to live. Number 4. He is regarded as Robin Hood in his hometown. Born the son of a farmer in Colombia's second city Medellin, Pablo often talked of the poverty gap that was all too apparent in Colombia. Pablo used a portion of his wealth on developing real estate in his hometown, building barrios, parks, football stadiums, hospitals and churches in the area. To some, he was regarded as a hero, saving the poor while the government did nothing. Perhaps he did this to win the support of everyday Colombians, but like it or not, Escobar became known for his philanthropic efforts, hence the nickname Robin Hood. His popularity was demonstrated when he was elected to an alternate seat in the country's Congress in 1982. Alas, 2 years later he was forced to resign after a campaign to expose his criminal activities. The justice minister who led the efforts was assassinated. Number 5. His plata o plomo method of dealing with problems. Escobar's way of handling problems was dubbed plata o plomo, meaning silver, bribes, or lead bullets. While he preferred the former, he had no problems with the latter, earning a reputation for ruthlessness. Those that didn't take the silver option, however, were often killed as Pablo made his bloody rise to the top of the drug trade. In total, the Medellin drug cartel was said to be responsible for approximately 4,000 deaths, including rival drug lords, government officials and civilians. In 1989, the cartel was blamed for detonating a bomb on a plane that was carrying an alleged informant. Some 100 people died. Number 6. He once burned $2 million to keep his daughter warm. Yeah, you heard right. $2 million. Pablo Escobar's life is characterized by great violence funding great wealth. Number 7. La Catedral. In 1991, Pablo had gained one too many enemies and was threatened with being extradited from Colombia to the United States. He made a deal with the Colombian government and had a custom luxury prison built, La Catedral, where he agreed to stay and serve a maximum of 5 years, rather than face American justice. So Pablo built his own prison, filled it with luxuries, including a football pitch, a waterfall and a telescope that allowed him to look directly into his daughter's house when he was on the phone to her. Well, he walked out on a Catedral after a year, through a back door. Number 8. Family life. Pablo got married at age 26 to a 15-year-old girl. Her parents were not in support of the relationship, but they bailed anyway. They had 2 children. Juan Pablo, now Sebastian Mariquin, and Manuela. Number 9. The man of many nicknames. He had many nicknames, the most popular was King of Cocaine. However, during his life he had many other names: Don Pablo, El Doctor, the Doctor, El Magico, the Magician, El Padrino, the Godfather, El Patron, the Boss, El Señor, the Lord, El Czar de la Cocaine, the Czar of Cocaine. Number 10. His true killer is still unknown. On 2 December 1993, Escobar was shot in a fight. He was shot in the leg and torso during the fight that involved his bodyguard, himself and the Colombian police. Till date no one knows who left the fatal shot to his head. Some say it was the police, but his brothers speculate suicide. as the drug lord, who faced possible extradition to the US if arrested, had once said that he would rather have a grave in Colombia than a jail cell in the US. Which one of these facts about the king of coke wowed you? Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's nuggets. Thank you for taking out time to get useful tips to better your life. Do like and subscribe to this channel to stay updated on daily nuggets.